Hello, folks. In this video, I wanted to actually talk about some stuff that I've spoken about before, but when I had some audio issues. This is the same content as, let me show you what it was, or at least some of the same content as the video that I did some time back, a while back. Say, when was this? I think it was about some spam emails, scams, and spam emails. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. But I had some audio issues here, right? So in this case, I was trying to show you the clickbaits, spam, and scam and email, and I still want to show some of them. So let's go to the spam actually directly and. Some of the spams that you will notice are probably not spams and are just legit emails, probably. For example, this one, Lambda test conference. I think this is just a conference. It says Lambda test conferences. Let me check if this is actually a valid URL. It is not. Interesting. Join the conference. Yeah, this is a valid URL. You can actually see when you click the URL itself has the name, email, and company details and all. So it just says submit, and that's all. So yeah, so it says like why attend Lambda test conference, discover AI insights, and all that. Pretty cool website, right? So anyway, so this is actually not exactly spam. So test mu conference. I think mu stands for like micro, right? So test mu. Maybe I'll just report this as not spam. This one says update public holiday declared on 30th May. All schools, banks, or government offices and all will remain closed. But this is actually from some random website called E Fantastic India, which is just sending some unnecessary stuff. I don't know if I really signed up for this or not, but they also have an unsubscribe button which goes to their thing. So maybe if I just open it up, um, continue to site. So continue to site. Interesting. So reload HTTP. Anyways, I think it's not working. Anyways, so this does not support a secure connection with HTTPS. Okay, that's weird. So I can't even unsubscribe. It just says, you know, it just doesn't open up as you can see here. It's a HTTP URL, and I don't know. Oh, it does go to some things now. If I copy the link address and open it in an incognito, it says continue. Okay, you're seeing this warning. Okay, continue to site. It doesn't go to the site. So the number of times it's actually doing this, let me just click this, do this, continue to site. I don't know, this just doesn't go. Anyways, this one it goes, you're successfully removed from the subscriber list, having doubts in order to subscribe again. Anyways, so this is just some random website trying to send some emails. This one is not actually from Amazon, though it says Amazon clearance. This is actually from some website called Job Alerts Hub, right? They're just trying to create affiliate stuff, right? So if you click on this, so on this or on this, you will notice this is unsubscribe, yes, but this is subscribe, and if you probably just notice one moment. So if you notice this, you will actually realize that it's just going to some website, something about a coupon and getting the deal activated, and it will go to Amazon website and a clearance store, like clearance store up to 70% off and whatnot. This you can probably get to even without this, I think. Let's see, can I get to it even without that? No, something. It says slash B. Let's see. So I think this is a banner of sorts. Slash B IE UTF-8 node link code. There is some information here basically, which says all this stuff. If I remove language, it'll still work. If I remove node, it'll still work, I think. And if I remove link code, also it will work, I think. And if I remove tag, it will still work, I think. I think this node alone I should not remove, or should I not remove the link ID? I'm not sure. Maybe the link ID. Yeah, it's the node that I should not remove. The link ID I can remove. So it's the node that has all this information, and if I just remove one thing from that, it's gone. If I say something else, it's gone. So yeah, it's a very weird thing. So if you just click this and say this, you'll notice the same stuff coming up again over there also, I think. Yep. So anyway, so this is actually again some spam. This one says ITR filing deadline, but this is actually not from ITR, the income tax refund department. Income tax department is actually from eFantastic India again. This is, yeah, actually from Couchbase. So you can actually see this. And then this is, yeah, no broker. I actually got them into my spam, just got rid of them. This is again eFantastic India, though it says government and something and all. Train schedule changes. It's not from IRCTC or any other train website, but it's actually from some eFantastic India again. So like this, you will notice a lot of stuff. Again, ITR stuff. This is eFantastic India, is not from some actual ITR website. Railways new facility, but this is not railway stuff. This is actually eFantastic India again. So yeah, bank holiday announcement again, eFantastic India. So a lot of this is eFantastic India, and you'll also notice stuff like preferred some dealer stuff. And for example, you'll also notice stuff like Meta something to say that it's from Meta, but it's actually from some email, right? Like this. Um, and it is sent by trusted sender, it says. Uh, and it says Carplus 9890 as the trusted sender, and then it's sent all that, and then it says someone tried to log in to my user ID Instagram account. I think they might do this even if there is no such account. You'll just look at email ID or just randomly say something. And if you click report user, you'll actually notice that you're sending an email to multiple people, right? You're sending an email to like 50 people over here, right? And even if you say it was yes, it was me, it'll send an email. It's me. And yeah, if you want to unsubscribe also, it'll send. I think it is some URL. Let me go and look at the URL. It goes to some Norton online install. It says unsubscribe. If you say ABCD something, and say remove secure email abcd at gmail. So again, secure email gmail.com. Your email is not registered. Interesting. If I say something like this, sorry to see you leaving. Okay, interesting. So they do have my name in the list again. So ABCD, abcd at gmail.com. Amazon register. So yeah, they are sending some requests actually. So let's actually get rid of this. Remove, unsubscribe. Sorry to see you leaving. Uh, remove. abcd at gmail.com. This okay. Cool. So a lot is happening over here. I think preview one moment. I think the website is loading multiple times. Response and the email is not registered. Shows up in one thing. In another thing, nothing shows up. Yeah, some of them nothing shows up. Anyways, so looks like it was probably noting down the emails. Anyways, and then something about J collect points, some cacao, something. It says your name came up in a recent online giveaway, so it looks like you won a cash prize. Nope, I don't think so. It's some random website, I guess. So probably a real. I mean, website is real, but probably someone else's website, or this website is just a scam to scam people. It could be anything, right? So if you convert this to English, um, amazing the world once again. I think these are images probably, and that's why it's not converting. The translation is not happening. This is a video, so translation is not happening. So yeah, I think translation happens on every other place. So yeah. Anyways, now with that in check, let's. Oops. So you can actually see that this is also a crazy thing. So it says claim your gifts. I think here this is a HTML website. So let me actually take note of this. Code and so spam, right? Maybe learning log and then spam links do not open. So basically these are some spam links. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in those. So it only takes a minute something it says, but basically it's this website, and let's look at it if it's the same website here. No, slightly different. And this one, is it slightly different? Yes, this is also slightly different. This one has one URL, this one has one URL, and this one has one URL. And I'm guessing this one has some URL. Interesting how they have a URL for everything. So many different URLs. So now if you try to actually go to one of this, let's say we try to go to this, right? This is actually inside storage. This is actually inside a Google storage, Google Cloud Storage bucket, I think. So it's opening up a HTML website and it's going to this thing called Sephora and all that. It's a survey and whatnot. So basically, if you actually open up your console and do this, you'll notice that it does go to this website, right? It does go to this website. This is the storage website and all that. And for some reason, the response hasn't loaded. Interesting. And then it actually shows it goes to this 4FU basically. So maybe I think, hmm, let me just get this information, put this like this, and see how I can do a curl. As you can see, it just does this. So it's a 200, and the response is 200. It's a status OK basically, and it has some information uploader, like upload ID and all that, and then is there a content type? Yes, the content type is HTML, right? So and then there is a script, actually JavaScript, which says tracking parameter. It finds the hash and it takes the, I mean, it splits with hash and it takes the second thing. So with hash, basically you have this. So when you have hash, this is the one, and the second thing is taken up, and then it says Benedictson click slash T. And if there's no tracking parameter, please set tracking params, or else it will say server IP and then HTTP website, right? This one. It goes to benedictson.click slash T, right? So this is what it does. So if I just go to this website, right, it'll actually say something like, just access denied. Okay, great. So instead you have to type something like, think, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, it says please set tracking parameters. That's what it says, right? So it just gives an alert based on what here it said, right? Like, um, one moment. So tracking alert, please set tracking parameters. So I think this doesn't work something for some reason. Um, okay, so this is actually a wrong URL. I think I gave a wrong URL here again. Basically, it was supposed to be this, and it says please set tracking parameters. And if you set something like 1, it'll just go to something else. I think. Wait, let me actually do this. Reload, and it says invalid URL slash t slash 1. Right? So it's looking at the full URL and trying to understand what to do. Let's say 2 invalid URL slash t slash 2. But if I actually put something like, I think this is one example of what is a working thing, right? Slash t slash 4fu. It goes to Benedictson. Next, it goes to vocal. So this thing, vocally right? So you get the response. Basically, you get 200 OK, and you get HTML, and you see benedictson.click.t again. This one is HTTP, temporary redirect, and it goes to bookry something, and then it goes to new cities. It goes to multiple places, right? So basically, they're just doing a lot of redirections, um, right? So finally, you end up in vocabulary.sbs, right? And then you get this page called sub 5, I think. These are all, I don't know if this is HTML. These are fetch, okay, XHR. But I think you will finally land on this page which says sub 5, right? So this is what you get, internal redirect, and then you get this. So it goes to HTTP thing. So a lot of URLs, lot of HTTP and HTTPS, and finally, for example, this one is HTTPS. This one goes to HTTP finally for some reason, right? This one says 200 OK, but this one says to temporary redirect. So for example, 200 OK, but what is the response? The response didn't come up, but HTML. This one was 200 temporary redirect, and does it say anything? Nope, nothing. So if you actually go to this URL, copy a curl, and say curl this, Okay, so it's saying set timeout function after 1 second, change the location to HTTPS book read, right? And if you and it says console redirecting to it. So if you have HTTP, it's the same thing, right? So it's the same old stuff that you can see here, right? So it just goes to book read and this website, and it also says redirecting to. And let me actually preserve the log for this, and maybe go ahead and say uh, one moment. No, not this. So let me go ahead and actually try to put the first thing that I had here, right? For example, this one. It says redirecting to book read, navigated to this, navigated to this, redirecting to book read and whatnot, right? So you can actually see that. And you can actually see how it navigated, redirected, and navigated. And then this is also a service worker that got registered. And you will notice how this has also come up, right? I think you would have ended up with this. When did this happen though? Did it happen just now? I don't know. Yeah, like let's see if this happens again. You have 97 requests, 100 requests, 102 requests, 129 requests. Now it is going to some other totally different thing after a lot of redirects. So this time the console will have something else, I guess. And what if I? So totally there are now 129, 176 requests. Interesting. And now if I actually go here and do this again, I think each time it goes to something else. So we have 247 requests. So I think this one leads to something else, right? So curl, if you go to this, I think it redirects to Benediction accordingly. This thing benediction.click/t, right? And when you do that, you basically get, I think, you know, just a moment. Curl http colon slash slash and have one slash and say t and this and so here if you just say http colon slash slash and do this and actually just remove this and say benediction, you'll probably notice something interesting. It says this link is now locked, so slash news redirecting to slash news q query, this link is locked. Okay, so that is weird. So it basically, okay, this one, if you just start a survey rarely or never, I don't really notice the harassment in shopping. Rewards and samples. Anyways, I just want to just click, let's say. Weird. Hold on, getting things ready, entry completed. It's just randomly doing some stuff, but this is actually not Sephora website, I doubt it. It says, please note if you leave this page without making a selection. So it says claim reward. Okay. I just received this through email. Okay, claim reward. Continue. And I think there must be some catch over here. I mean, yeah, tricky stuff. So I think this is trying to Pay only $11, 4 in stock. Okay, so they want you to now pay money and get this for $11 instead of like more money. So this is one thing, and here we can actually see Benedict. So say this slash news. I don't know slash news. Call was this HTTP? Yeah, it was HTTP. So it says netcast hyphen TV, and yeah, it redirects to Trexip TV HD, right? So this link is locked. So you say anything, it will take you to the Trexip thing, right? Bad host name and whatnot. Go ahead. Oh, basically, I should have done double quotes. Malformed URL, malformed input. Okay, I can just do this. Yep. So Trexip TV, so that's where it goes to. And if I try the other URLs, like for example this one, let me just go ahead and try this. It goes to Trexip, yep. So here you can actually see how this happens in the network tab. So go to this. You realize how it goes to news over here, which basically says it goes to Trexip, and that's where a lot of these images and come up, all these come up. And what about this? It just says this link is now locked for everything, except for that one thing, I think. Okay, for one more it says cameras and something, and for this it says, you know, oh, now it just got locked. I think it's now storing some data, probably in the application storage, and let's say in the local storage. Is it storing some data? No. Is it storing any data? Let's see. I don't know how this is happening, but anyways. So this one says sorry to see you go. So let me see. First one is this. It goes to Trexip TV. Second one also goes to Trexip TV. I don't know if they can actually find out, I mean, do this based on my IP address or what. Maybe it's a one time thing. This one alone goes to phone camera soon. And yeah, this one just says please set tracking parameters. So if you just say abcd@gmail.com, um, interesting, it just went to some other website. So, yep, it's fully spam. So this is trying to, fool you basically over here. Same thing over here. Profitable deal. It's again fooling people. And there are some more, like again the someone tried to log into your Meta, like Instagram and all that, and then some weird Google groups, right? This person invited you to join the Maker Time Together both productive and enjoyable group. Something weird, right? Visa restriction, something random. Claim your free Pittsburgh. So you can actually see one more clickbait over here. Claim a brand new free Pittsburgh 225 piece toolkit and unsubscribe by clicking here. So let's just actually look at what this is. This goes to Port Con of Holidays or fourth Kernel farm holidays? I don't know. I know what this is, but clearly this is not working in HTTPS, but I think this will work in HTTP. Uh, Please do not try this at home or in your computers because this can be pretty risky because you never know what they are going to put up in your browser. So there's a lot of redirect happening over here as you can see. From this tinyurl.com till this fourth corner and all that, there are a lot of redirections happening. And I wonder what this is. Nope. No responses of no, I guess. Yeah, this is pending. This was a get, this was a 302 found. You can actually check using curl also and understand what is going on here. So it says quick refresh content and then it goes to this. Redirecting to this is the title and redirecting to the title and basically we go here basically, right? And if you curl that, right? Like this is the curl and then finally if you curl that, curl hyphen I and then give that, you will notice one more. If it includes the hash, then do this. Is there an else statement? I don't know. Yeah, the site can't be reached, so it just goes to a site can't be reached thing. Error timed out, basically this one. So um, let me see if this has, I think this does not have an else statement. So if it includes a hash, which it doesn't, uh, hmm, replace the hash with this and then script close it. Interesting. So, and it's a 302 found, by the way. So it doesn't matter what this is, it's 302 found, so it will go here. Weird that it even has some content. Um, so you basically go to provider call. Um, Oops, I did something I think. Sorry. So basically I need to actually just put a double quotes and it says 302 found again and you shouldn't be looking at this. Instead you should be looking at the again provider call this thing. So as you can see over here, that's what you would have noticed. This and then provider call 46 something 22. Next provider call 46NF S5. So as you can see 46 some N something NTF 90 22DR6 22DR6 and now this one is SF S5 T8 TN8, right? Interesting how this is going to multiple websites now, right? You can see over here it just keeps going to some website and it says you win. You just spin something and yeah, it's just a mess. So spin more, one less, okay, one spin left, and then you finally do a registration, and then I think you basically win something, right? Crazy stuff basically. And if you just say login, social media, interesting. They have captcha for this website. Wow. Anyways, so that was that. So you can actually see how this keeps going on. So now you have S5 TNT something. Oops, sorry. I should have actually done this. So this one leaves me with the 302 found, which says again location M2 MD2P and curl this. So this is also probably a, oh, this is a 404. Interesting. Um, I wonder what happens when you just go to this directly. It just goes to multiple other places. Huh? Interesting. So if you actually have this, it opens up and it goes to mellow this whatnot. Interesting. But here it just says 404. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. Like it just had to give you 302 found instead of a 404 this time. And yeah, this was a 404. I think they look at the request and accordingly do it. Like if I actually copy this as a curl, I think they might give the same response this time. Yeah. For some reason, if I just give accept, I don't give some of the stuff, or I don't say I'm a browser like desktop browser. It doesn't take me to any place. Later, it does do this refresh content like HTTP equivalent refresh content is equal to 0. URL is this, and that's the URL you have. So so you actually notice that the URL being mentioned everywhere. And if you just put that URL, you'll notice again that it says all this stuff, but then if you actually copy this other stuff and put it, then it will accept that you are actually a browser. So let me do that actually. So let me do that. Let me do that. And let me actually say enter. And now you'll see actually everything changing. So you can actually see how it works only when the content is like this, right? So basically you need a curl to this shell. Just a moment. So you can actually see this crazy stuff. I'm guessing they look at something specific over here. Let me actually try um, not sending this. Like for example, in the new one, I'll just not send this. Does it still accept it? Is what I want to see. Yep, it still accepts it. So can I say this also gone? And there is a redirect session something. I don't know what that is. I wonder what this does. Man curl hyphen b. It's a cookie actually. Okay, interesting. So they're setting a cookie actually. Interesting, interesting. Cool. So they're actually setting up a cookie, I think. So if you just simply say this, things come up redirecting to. But if you actually say just curl and just give this, it doesn't work. Interesting. Curl provider. So I think here, okay, they have a cookie. Okay, awesome. So it looks like they have a cookie, set cookie, and They say same site, set cookie, transaction ID. So they have a cookie over here. Interesting, right? So they don't just put the location. They also tell you, give you a cookie. So interesting, interesting. So this we call it using provider call and whatnot. It's a cookie actually over here. So the browser, if it's a browser, you will send back the cookie actually. So I think that's what is happening here, and that's why if you look at the first call that we did, for example, after this, um, I think we always got 404. But if we actually did something like, you know, say something like this, it would have probably worked out mostly because, let me see, let me put a network tab. I think it might set the cookie, I'm not sure. In this case, yeah, I see it goes to that whole thing. How does it happen though from the first one? In the request URL, let me check the request headers, right? Is there a cookie over here? Yes, there is a cookie over here. It sets the cookie, and this cookie is actually hmm, feels like it's a base64 encoded thing. Let me check though. I'm not sure how this came up. I think this remembers stuff, or else if I just put um, just put this. I think it won't remember anything unless there is something in the cookies. For example, session storage. Cookies. I think here it will have the cookies. So here it has cookies, yes, but we didn't notice the cookies over here, I guess. So this does have some cookies. So this also sets a cookie, and there is a cookie over here also in the request header. Interestingly, so even in the provider call, I think here you get a cookie. I think so. They set a cookie, yes, like this unique click something, and it says expires at this time and whatnot. Um, hmm. Let me see if this is what is coming up over there. One moment. Let me check the network tab and let me just run this. And let me see if the cookie has even come up. Like, for example, in this case, did a cookie go from here from the response we get is at cookie yes, and it says path is this and whatnot. From the request headers, no, there is no cookie, right? So from the request headers, there's no cookies. And then from this, this attempt to set a cookie via set cookie was blocked due to it had the same site is equal to none attribute but did not have the secure attribute which is required in order to use. Okay. So looks like they didn't put some attribute here. Um, okay. And but it still worked, I guess. So it just still worked. And there was some cookie mentioned here, like path slash HTTP only, same site lacks and whatnot. This is the response headers. What is the request header? Yeah, the request header had a cookie. I wonder what this is though. Um, I mean, what is this EY thing? I don't know. Need to check it out. Let me see if I can base64 decode this. Invalid character in input stream. Okay. Um, so I'm guessing this percentage will not be a thing. Yeah, so it's actually having I think it's like a JSON web token of sorts. It has some IV, some value, and then value, and mark, and tag, and something, right? So I don't know how this was set up, but looks like there is something going on here. And interestingly, it sets a Y direct this redirect session, or else this won't work. I think, right? So if I do this, I think the whole thing will work. This will actually redirect. I think. Okay, 404. Interesting. So if I actually do it like this, if I say hyphen I, so do this, yeah. So I think somewhere it understands that it's a user agent and of sorts. Even without this cookie setting, I think it'll work. Let me check. No, it doesn't work without the cookie setting. Um, and it has to say, I think, user agent for it to work, I think. No, it needs more than that. Interesting. Somewhere it's trying to understand what it is and do things. So let's say I had removed these upgrade insecure requests. No, I know somehow, and these do set cookies if you see here, right? It's an interesting thing, and they say it will expire later and whatnot, right? So yeah, and this is a new thing, I think, I guess. So not sure. So hmm, interesting stuff. Oh, now even with all of this, it's not working out. Interesting. Cool. So they have some interesting, tricky stuff. They have actually used, computer science knowledge and used it for this messy thing. I wish they used it for better things than spamming people and trying to fool them and stuff. But it's fine. There are always going to be bad players, bad entities in the world. So those are some interesting things. So you'll notice how they redirect you and do a lot of things and do some crazy stuff. So be very careful about clicking links. Um, you know, Usually it's not going to end very safely for you. So it's better not to try anything crazy. So the best thing to do is not to click any of these links if you don't know them. Uh, it can send some crazy bad data in case you're not secure, right? So I am doing this at my own risk, but I wouldn't recommend you to do it, right? So if you see here, it might be sending some data. So yeah, I need to evaluate each and every request to understand what is it doing, um, to understand what is going on. It says visitors from Bangalore. Tap the button below, and so it's trying to do like a casino game. And here you can actually see it's a get request. This is a get request, and this is a get request. A lot of get requests, and it does not have any information in the query string parameters from what I can see. Um, and then again another get request and whatnot, and then some. WebP files, and that's it. Interesting stuff. So, yeah, I mean, they're just running something or the other, some crazy stuff. I wouldn't recommend you to actually click any of these links. Just a moment. So I'll actually continue this uh, in another video, talking about some more of the spams that you can find. There are some 50 more, not 50, 50, around 100 more of these of sorts, 25 less, some 75 more of these, and then I should be done. I'll actually debunk some of these spams in another video. That's all I had for this one, for part one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.